Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the One For All Professional Wrestling Podcast. What's good with you? I'm your host, One For All. Make sure you give me a like and a subscribe and click that bell for all post notifications. That would be greatly appreciated. Before we get started, I just wanted to give my thoughts and prayers to Triple H, who recently underwent heart surgery caused by a genetic heart issue. WWE released a statement saying that he had a successful procedure. So that's always a great thing to hear, an excellent thing to hear. I wish him a speedy recovery so he can get back to doing what he does best. So let's get on to the news, guys. There's been a lot of buzz around Kevin Owens lately. Recently, it has been discovered that his contract is set to expire sooner than expected. According to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, Kevin Owens' WWE contract was originally scheduled to expire in 2023, but will actually expire in January of 2022. Sapp stated that a WWE official has informed Fightful that the company had restructured several contracts before the pandemic, and Kevin Owens was one of them, while it is currently unknown who else had their contract altered. Unlike the Pete Dunne, Adam Cole contractual status being a surprise at WWE, the company is well aware that Owens' contract is set to expire. After this news came to light, Kevin Owens then took to Twitter and updated his location in his bio to, quote-unquote, almost there, which had many people speculating that he could be planning on jumping ship to All Elite Wrestling. Yeah, I'm on pause right there, but can you blame him, though? I mean, honestly, can you blame him, really? But he also tweeted out coordinates to Mount Rushmore, which also was a faction that included himself, the Young Bucks, and Adam Cole. This being another huge indicator to many fans that Owens is indeed planning on jumping ship to AEW after his contract is expired. Said it once, said it twice. So good I had to say it thrice. Can you blame him? Mick Foley actually took to all major social media platforms this same day, where he posted a video titled WWE, We Have a Problem. Like he works at fucking NASA or something. Like NASA, we have a problem. But that problem being that WWE is no longer the place that wrestlers aspire to go to. I'm actually going to play that video for you guys. It's very short. It's about 1 minute. So I'm going to play that if you haven't heard it already.
Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley. I'd like to title this video WWE, We've Got a Problem, because I think you do. And that problem is that WWE is no longer the place for talent to aspire to. Part of it is because AEW is doing a great job of attracting great talent, proven talent, building other talent, creating storylines, but part of it is a problem of your own making. I think younger talent sees the way that developmental characters are cut or left by the wayside, or in the case of Karrion Kross, greatly watered down and even made a joke of when they debut on the main roster. If it's not broke, don't fix it. If I was an aspiring talent now, big league talent with a major decision to make, I'm not sure that I would trust WWE Creative to do the right thing with my career. You guys did wonders with me back in the day, but that was a different time. Different place. If it was today, I'm not sure I would trust the powers to be with my career in their hands. And until that changes, WWE, you've got a problem.
Well, you heard it here first, folks, from the hardcore legend himself, Mick Foley. Hats off to Mick for speaking up and using his platform to say what we've all been thinking. Because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of legends or even current talent who are aware of what's going on, but are afraid to speak up. Do I think WWE listens to Mick Foley? Hell no. These are the same people that pretend that Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson showing up at All Out was not a big deal to them, like it wasn't a huge blow to them. Bryan, of all people, I mean, you can't erase the history that this guy has edged in the company. He had a whole fucking era dedicated to him, basically. He had some of the most memorable moments in all of WWE. And you're just going to just shrug your shoulders like it didn't matter. He is one of the main reasons why the show was even watchable all these years. And don't let me get started about Adam Cole. Man, Adam Cole, somebody that I feel is a once-in-a-generational talent. I mean, seriously, he's definitely one of the best in the world right now. On my list of professional wrestlers today, Adam Cole is in my top 10, top 5. He's got all the tools. But Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard didn't see that. Sources say that one of the ideas they pitched for Adam Cole was to become a manager for Keith Lee. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said they were looking for a similar dynamic to what Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush had, where Rush, the manager, would talk big but hide behind the bigger Lashley when things got physical. He also thought they would likely change Cole's name because of the announcer, Michael Cole. Just hearing that pisses me off a little bit. Because I'm like, why does WWE feel like they have to change everything? They have to change something about NXT call-ups. They did it to Keith Lee. They did it to Karrion Kross. They tried to do it to Adam Cole, baby. You can't say Adam Cole, baby, if his name isn't Adam Cole. And for them to even have the nerve to limit this guy to being a manager. A fucking manager, dude. This dude shines the best in the ring. And you wanted to limit him to being a manager. That's kind of like limiting a Shawn Michaels to being a manager. Man, I tell you, WWE is ass backwards, man. They want their top in-ring performers to be managers, but then they want their managers who aren't that strong in the ring to be in-ring performers. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all. I mean, but it's WWE after all. They don't make sense on a regular basis. Just shit like that alone just validates everything Mick Foley said. AEW is the more appealing promotion right now. AEW is the place that young professional wrestlers aspire to go to. Because I know if I was a professional wrestler, I know I want to go to AEW. I wouldn't trust WWE to handle my career. If you take care of your talent will take care of you. You can't think people want to come work for you if morale is always low and then they physically see the mishandling of talent time after time after time. That's not how you attract people to come work for your company. One thing Adam Cole said during the post-media scrum after All Out was that one thing that attracted him to AEW was that backstage environment. He wanted to work around people that felt as passionately as he did about professional wrestling. And he knew that wasn't going to be the case on the main roster. He may have felt that in NXT, but he knew for a fact he wasn't going to feel that on the main roster because they don't give a shit about professional wrestling. Why do you think WWE is undergoing changes with NXT next week? That indie feel, that professional wrestling heavy show that you once knew and you loved, that's going to be all gone. Because they want to kill any inkling of professional wrestling. They even said themselves that they are not hiring any more indie wrestlers. They want to build people from the ground up so they can manipulate them with WWE's vision of what wrestling is. Why do you think they went ahead and signed Gable Steveson today? He's an Olympic gold medalist, so obviously they probably want to build him as this generation's Kurt Angle, which is fine. I hope he succeeds. I hope he's as good as Kurt was. But they want people that they can manipulate and give them their idea of what wrestling is. So when there's ever a situation like this, when a contract is set to expire, those guys and girls will feel like they owe WWE their life because they gave them, quote unquote, an opportunity. They're not going to want to explore any other options like a AEW or a New Japan because WWE will be all they know. And I get it. Of course, you don't want your talent to go to the rival promotion, but you don't get it by manipulating people. You get it by creating an environment that people want to work in like AEW has done. Over the span of these next months, we're going to see if WWE values Kevin Owens. If he's still booked the way he is now, even after the draft, then you got your answer. Kevin Owens is a very special talent. To me, he is more than capable of being the face of any brand in any company in the world. But it's kind of hard to believe that WWE views him that way with the way he's being booked. I mean, Kevin Owens is one of those guys in WWE, no matter what, he's going to kind of elude that indie aura that WWE hates so much. And I think that is one of the main catalysts of the way he's booked on the main roster. I mean, you mean to tell me all they have for him is to be hosting KO shows every week and to be feuding with guys like Logan Paul and Baron Corbin? You mean to tell me that's all you have for a guy like Kevin Owens? That's definitely not how you treat somebody that you have value in your company. Even before the reports were made, I would always say one of the guys that I felt like would jump ship would be Kevin Owens because he dead ass always looks unhappy with what he's doing. On one of my older videos, I mentioned that as well. I also mentioned a promo that Triple H cut on Kevin Owens during the build to the Survivor Series match between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, where Triple H was trying to lure Kevin Owens back to the NXT brand, which was a very professional wrestling heavy show at the time. And he told Kevin Owens to his face that he didn't fit the mold of what they thought a professional wrestler was, they being Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard. You know what? I'm actually going to play that clip for you guys, and I want you guys to tell me if that promo doesn't have some truth to it. Like that wasn't a little bit of a shoot.
Tonight we got the opportunity to make some magic. You know why I'm here? Same general reason I was here for Seth Rollins, but different. I have a soft spot for Seth Rollins. I like him. He's passionate. He wears his passion on his sleeve. I like that. I admit it. I've got a soft spot, but you're different. You are different. You are a different breed. You are the guy that when I brought you to NXT, you would turn on your own best friend to win the NXT championship, and then you had the guts to take that championship, walk down the aisle of Monday Night Raw with that title in your hands, walk straight up to John Cena and pick a fight. And before that night was over, John Cena would leave that arena in an ambulance, and you would stand right here with your foot on top of Cena's U.S. championship and the NXT title held above your head. You maybe more than anybody put NXT on the map. You maybe more than anybody legitimized NXT. And then you were taken. You didn't ask to leave. My guess, you didn't want to leave, but you were taken. You were taken by people that didn't understand until they had you that they didn't actually want you. Because you were too talented, because you were too smart, and because you didn't fit the mold. So they told you over and over again they didn't want you. Kurt Angle fired you. Shane McMahon fired you. They looked you in the eye and they told you over and over again, you don't belong here. But I know where you do belong, Kev. I know where you belong because I see it in you when I look in your eyes. I see everything you say you are. I see the guy that has one of the smartest in-ring IQs I've ever seen. I see a guy that is every bit as good as he thinks he is and says he is. And I see a guy that doesn't fit the damn mold, and I love it.
Even to this day, I think there is truth to that promo. But in these next coming months, we're going to see how much Kevin Owens means to WWE. We're going to see if they actually want him. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Make sure you give me a like and a subscribe. Share the video. Comment as well if you did enjoy it. And I'll see you guys next time on the One for All podcast.